Super Bowl Sunday. I'm ESL Teacher B, and today we learn Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday is a day of football, food, and friends. Super Bowl Sunday is a day of football, food, and friends. The Super Bowl is played on the second Sunday in February. The Super Bowl is played on the second Sunday in February. Grocery stores are very busy with people buying food. Grocery stores are very busy with people buying food. The two best football teams play to win the championship game in the Super Bowl. The two best football teams play to win the championship game in the Super Bowl. The football team that wins the game is the champion. The winning team gets a trophy. The football team that wins the game is the champion. The winning team gets a trophy. The New England Patriots have won the most Super Bowl championships. They have won 11 times. The New England Patriots have won the most Super Bowl championships. They have won 11 times. To watch the Super Bowl in person is expensive. Tickets cost between $4,000 and $10,000 each. To watch the Super Bowl in person is expensive. Tickets cost between $4,000 and $10,000 each. Some people pay $200,000 for a ticket. That's a lot of money. Some people pay $200,000 for a ticket. That's a lot of money. This man cheers for his team. This man cheers for his team. Almost 100 million people watch the Super Bowl on television. Almost 100 million people watch the Super Bowl on television. Friends have parties and watch the game together. Friends have parties and watch the game together. People eat good food and drink beer at their Super Bowl parties. People eat good food and drink beer at their Super Bowl parties. Americans eat 1.4 billion chicken wings on Super Bowl Sunday. Americans eat 1.4 billion chicken wings on Super Bowl Sunday. Americans spend $1.3 billion on beer on Super Bowl Sunday. Americans spend $1.3 billion on beer on Super Bowl Sunday. The commercials are very popular. An advertisement for 30 seconds costs $7 million. The commercials are very popular. An advertisement for 30 seconds costs $7 million. Will you watch the Super Bowl? Will you watch the Super Bowl? Super Bowl Sunday Review. Super Bowl Sunday Review. When is the Super Bowl? When is the Super Bowl? The Super Bowl is played on the second Sunday in February. The Super Bowl is played on the second Sunday in February. Who plays in the Super Bowl? Who plays in the Super Bowl? The two best football teams play to win the championship game. The two best football teams play to win the championship game. Who is the champion? Who is the champion? The football team that wins the game is the champion. The football team that wins the game is the champion. What team has won the most Super Bowl champions games? What team has won the most Super Bowl championship games? The New England Patriots have won 11 Super Bowl games. The New England Patriots have won 11 Super Bowl games. Is the Super Bowl cheap? Is the Super Bowl cheap? No. To watch the Super Bowl in person is expensive. Tickets cost between $4,000 and $10,000. No. To watch the Super Bowl in person is expensive. Tickets cost between $4,000 and $10,000. What team has won the most? How many people watch the Super Bowl on television? How many people watch the Super Bowl on television? Almost 100 million people watch the Super Bowl on TV. Almost 100 million people watch the Super Bowl on TV. What is a popular Super Bowl food? What is a popular Super Bowl food? Americans eat 1.4 billion chicken wings on Super Bowl Sunday. Americans eat 1.4 billion chicken wings on Super Bowl Sunday. How much money do Americans spend on beer for the Super Bowl? How much money do Americans spend on beer for the Super Bowl? Americans spend $1.3 billion on beer on Super Bowl Sunday. Americans spend $1.3 billion on beer on Super Bowl Sunday. How much does a 30-second commercial cost during the Super Bowl? How much does a 30-second commercial cost during the Super Bowl? An advertisement for 30 seconds cost $77 million. An advertisement for 30 seconds cost $7 million. Will you watch the Super Bowl? Will you watch the Super Bowl? I will watch the Super Bowl with my friends. We will eat good food. I will watch the Super Bowl with my friends. We will eat good food. Thanks for watching. I'm ESL Teacher B, and today we learned about the Super Bowl. I'm ESL Teacher B, and thanks for liking or subscribing.